this is it. We could potentially make the most powerful CK2 character ever for the base game. So we've got two of the rarest events in game at all. A combination of those together, I believe there are no other events that quite have the same magnitude as both the Child of Destiny and the Immortality events. This is, without a doubt, the strongest permutation of power you can get in CK2. Welcome back to the adventures of Archdruid Mountain of course, the Celtic Empire, which people have suggested lots of different names for. I kind of want to leave it like that. I don't know any Celtic at all, or any sort of variant, or any Irish, or anything like that, which could be used to describe it. We'll just leave it as Celtic Empire. That was kind of what we were going for, right? More importantly, we've got this, the Immortality event, as I said, coupled with the fact that we're the Child of Destiny. This is disgusting. Bear in mind, this isn't too far away from base game CK2. The only difference is we're playing with CK2+, which doesn't really affect the traits at all. Then, of course, we've got the genetics mod, which does vaguely affect things, but this character isn't too far off a base game character. That's the point I'm making. All of these traits, besides what, like Exalted, I believe Formidable Fighter as well, these are base game traits. He's very, very powerful. Sorry, I'm choking here. Right, so let's get on with it. Let's just, no more holding back. Let's just let it go. I'm going to keep this as unedited as possible, because if this does happen, I don't want any people thinking this is a bamboozle, because like I said, this is never going to happen. We are never going to see this again. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and it's a once-in-a CK2 chance of making the most powerful character. Have Tanis Slate organize a search party for an Eternal Life Mystic. Screaming Arrows as well, by the way. Slate has given up his military exploits to go and find us Eternal Life instead. I feel like that's a fair trade, to be honest with you. I still believe that, although obviously we're playing as a pagan, I believe for character development, like Catholicism, Orthodox are just better. The societies you have access to, the Benedictine Order, the whatever the other one is called that no one ever uses, those are better for personal character development. Those are better for getting good traits. They're better for obviously educating your, what is that, Lollard Heresy in Essex. Okay, sure. Whereas my Court Druid, those are better for personal character development. Those are better for building up your own traits, your own realm, creating stability. The pagan societies, the warrior lodges, are absolutely unparalleled in terms of your martial ability, your ability to expand and declare war. Those are super, super powerful, obviously. However, like I said, for Catholicism, if we wanted to build the most powerful character, we would have to be Catholic. Because I think, or Catholic or Orthodox, the societies that they get just give you so many bonuses to yourself. We saw it with the Karling series, with Brother Labaguette and all of those guys. That could be the most powerful character. Obviously, we're sort of limited in our religion this time around, but that was never the goal, was to make the best base game CK2 character, huh? Paying your passage. I'm not going to say I believe the stories, but we've picked up some promising information, my Lord Tanis Slate says. However, we could do with some more supplies to be able to journey even further, of course, yeah. Tanis Slate and his troops will be moved by your generosity, of course. 278 gold, or we can go for the cheaper options. This one will, obviously, they have a higher chance to fail the less you do things here, so we're going to spend the most amount of gold that we can here. Is it even worth taking out some money preemptively, just in case there's an event that costs money and we can't afford it? Oh man, we can't do that, because of course there are no money lenders in Celtic Britain. Not really much of a surprise, huh? Yeah, okay. I'm hoping that we're not sort of prevented from doing certain events because of that, because we don't have the money upfront available to spend. A lot of these events, especially like, say, the business focus building the Grand Tower, for example, will just straight up put you into debt, and you'll just be... What, did we not get it in this series where we got into a shit ton of debt? I forget what it was we did. It doesn't matter either way. Under my guidance, my young son Mountain is developing the art of swordsmanship. There he is. He's actually a pretty good namesake for the name Mountain there. Tall, strong. Leo gives him some martial there. He's willful. Ugly as well. He's basically like the Game of Thrones Mountain. At 8 years old and just this 80 personal combat. Just this unstoppable madman. This absolute powerhouse of a fighter. That's very, very cool. All of our effort this series, this particular episode, don't expect much expansion, don't expect much warfare or anything like that. We're going to wait. We're going to wait and see if we can get this Eternal Life. It actually doesn't take too long in terms of the event speed. There we go. So we are up to the next level now. Your martial slate looks lost for words. Master, I'm not sure what to think. He shakes his head as he searches for the correct way to phrase it. My Archdruid. That's who he's talking to. She is impressive. I can't quite put my finger on it, not to mention she's travelled far. His face conveys uncertainty as he shifts his weight. I see, you say, scratching your head. Slate breaks his silence. My lord, I can send her away. What say you? Let's hear this woman out. Somebody died. My son. What? Was it legal? He was part of the society, I can only assume, yeah. Jewel's, yeah, he's in our society. I can't do anything about that. He just lost in a duel. Holy shit. Wow. Slate was so good too. 24 martial, not including any sort of artifacts or anything. Level 3 skilled tactician, not fantastic, but can be leveled up. Agile, attractive, strong, formidable fighter, diligent, ambitious, greedy, all those great traits gone. What is this as well? Oh, Imperial Guard, shit. So because he was a bodyguard within our realm and empire, that also gives other traits. There's like Imperial Bureaucrat, isn't there, that gives like stewardship, or Imperial Diplomat that gives diplomacy. Damn, that's a real shame. And we can't avenge him at all. We could duel this guy. We have to be rivals or foes. They have to have not been involved. Obviously, that's not it's not relevant, and we have to have not, or he has to have not refused a recent challenge. Yeah, we can't do anything about that. We'd have to become his foe. At least our son got him on the way down, huh? He got him with the maimed. We could try and plot to kill him, but it was a fair duel. You know, it was an honorable duel. Oh wow, she seems like a legit mystic. 26 martial, brave, mystic, warrior woman, inspiring leader, aggressive leader, brawny, brilliant strategist. Normally, you can tell by their traits. More specifically, their stat is the thing that really gives it away. If it's less than 20, they're generally a fraud. This woman with 26, I have all the means to believe that she is legitimate here. I will accept your teachings. That name, I don't know what this. I would not even want to begin to try and pronounce that for fear of demonetization. Eternal life must be mine. Consorting with infidels. It doesn't matter. We're the head of the religion. Who cares what the temple vassals think of us? We are the temple vassal. I am the Senate. Okay, what have we got? That was a horrible impression. I'll try that again on a stream at some point, I'm sure. Hail, hero. Rumors are that great spoils are waiting behind the walls of Argenton. Where is that? It is down there in northern France. Sure, absolutely. We'll deal with that at some stage. Chief Corb joins you after supper one evening. He initiates a conversation about the status of trade in the realm, but you notice that he seems distraught. You interrupt Corb and demand to know why he's sought you out. My lord, I fear for your life, he says earnestly. Who is this sacrilegious heathen you have invited to our court? I mean, it's not pretty. If the Pope, let's just put it into perspective here. If the Pope basically scoured the word, scoured the... Oh? She speaks to you, my... Wait, what? Did we just get a second mystic? With 36 learning? Oh god, I think something's bugged out here, because we're getting the event twice? Is that double the chance of success? I mean, no, because the chance of success in the first place, I mean, technically yes, but I mean, I don't know whether this is going to fuck things up. Nonsense, I'm sure you're overreacting. Okay. An antelope, how curious. Okay, so in honor of the ancestors, she sits on the floor when you enter the room. What looks like a polished piece of bronze strewn out in front of her. She motions for you to join her. You have neglected your spirit, she says, eyes closed. You shift uncomfortably in your seat. I have not, you mumble. Her eyes open at this. She stares at you with a steely cold look, and you retract your statement. You must sacrifice. Very well, you reply, thinking you have learned your learned archdruid arbiter and see to it. As if she could read your mind, you must do this on your own. Do you see what I see? You notice a pattern in the bones. It looks like an antelope. We perform the sacrifice using an antelope ordered in from far away. Field of crops. The finest grain from Middlesex. Or a man falling. What do you want from me? We lose the court. Let's go for this one then. Let's go for an antelope because that one costs the most money. I can only assume that one is the most likely to succeed. Not always true. You know, there's one where the mystic, I believe it's the diplomacy event. She leads you around, and if you give... Oh, wow, we actually fucking succeeded in the first one there. Oh, and we gain brave. We just straight up gain it. That's incredible. Even if we fail the rest of it, I mean, that's a bonus, huh? That's something. But there is an event, the diplomacy one, whereby if you give money to the stranger on the street, the mystic's like, oh, you did bad, and then leaves. Hands you a beautiful dagger. The antelope, held down on a stone slab, is surprisingly calm. Thank you, you say quietly to the animal. You hesitate only a second before slicing its throat. The blood pours down the altar, and she nods solemnly. Your heart flutters at the notion of having pleased the statuesque character. Your grandfathers and mothers would be proud. Thank you for having me do this. Game 1, martial as well. Just what we needed. We lose diligent, but we did game brave. That's a little annoying, huh? Oh, speak of the devil, this other mystic. I guess our chancellor's really pulled the finger out their ass. I wonder if this is like the base game one plus the CK2 plus one firing at once. Or maybe it doesn't even make change to it. I'm not shyly sure. So this one we have to say he should have persevered. There we go. I'll treat everyone fairly for now. And I knew that. I knew the way to do the diplomacy one, so I think that's what we did at Julius Nepos. Although a lot of good that obviously did him. Fool, I'm a married man. How terrible, I must help him immediately. Oh, the prince asking for money. We'll say such nonsense. We're not interested in that. There is apparently a very low chance that can succeed, and there is actually a prince who needs help getting his gold back and just needs to be able to fund an army, which is kind of... I've never seen it myself, but that's kind of funny. I wonder if that's like one of the rarest events, huh? So this is another part of the... Just talking about this very quickly on an aside, of the Child of Destiny, whereby we can make random people, random relevant people, our friend. So we can say, oh, this High King of Wales, He's our friend now. How ridiculous is that you can just make vassals suddenly flip over to your side no matter what, huh? Let's pretend to push this old woman off the walls. That certainly won't kill her dead. Alright, where's the next step then? I hope they haven't, like, the events don't clog each other up, because, like I said, we're never going to see this again in CK2. That would really, really suck if there was a conflict between the mods. The Celtic Bureaucracy is a thing that sometimes seems to have a life of its own, and while it's needed to run the Empire, sometimes things just get lost. 100 gold gone. Again, let's hope we don't have an event whereby we actually need the money up front to fund it. Oh, never mind, we can just debase the friggin' mints. Aspiring Trader, Stewardship +1. Well, why not round ourselves out a little bit more, huh? We're very martial heavy right now, to be expected. Come on then, where's this next event? We are now the leader of our society. Oh, we're still waiting on the legend as well. Oh my god, if we get the Divine Blood and one of these legend bloodlines as well, that would be insane. 2 bloodlines in this one episode would be fantastic. Obviously, it's only half finished right now, so it's going to take a while. We could send some troops over to that province, but, I mean, we might as well wait for the next level of this event, or at least try and increase the bar somewhat. Right, we need some more boats, if you don't mind. I know I said I wasn't going to do too much here, so we weren't too distracted, but I think this is worthwhile. Right, get you guys over there. That's still not enough boats. Oh, no, it is just. Excellent. Right, so, Marcus Raiders. Not that I think we need any sub-commanders, but I will just in case. Right, there we go. I don't know what province it was, but I'm sure we can track it down. Societies tab. Mind over body. Okay, so there is a... This one's coming first now. I feel like the other event's been cancelled. So where is this one? Sorry. Oh, it's just there, right? Just south of Normandy. This lady has been happy with your progress and informed you that the time has come for a period of deep introspection. Okay. All this is pointless if I starve to death. I will not quit now no matter the cost. I believe they all have similar effects. Hey, we completed the second quest. So we're going to get the diplomacy outcome then. It looks as if... Oh, fuck me. This one's working as well. I wonder if it's on, like, a random amount of days. Because there's a couple of ways you can do events in CK2. You can either do it, like, days equals 20, for example. Which it will definitely fire in 20 days. Or you can do days equals 20. And then after that, put, like, random equals 10. So then it could take anywhere between, I believe, 10 and 30 days. Because it adds that 10-day randomizer. So I wonder if, you know, maybe they are just running simultaneously and it's not quite fucked up yet. Grab the snake by the neck. Reach for the heavy object. So, do not stand in your door carrying a large ceramic jar. Animal motifs and ornaments encircling it. Possibly to invite her in and pull out 2 chairs. Student Mountain. I am pleased with the sacrifice you have performed, she says, sitting down on the floor. She places the jar in front of her. Your ancestors are surely appeased, but I thought it would be a good time to prove them your strength further. She removes the lid from the jar and you hear a hissing noise. A large snake spring launches at you. Okay. You're left to your instincts. Grab it by the neck. This is more likely to succeed, but dangerous. So, what this is a catastrophic failure. If we fail this event, chances are we're going to die, because it's a venomous snake. But it has a higher chance of success. Or you can reach the heavy object. We might fail, but the snake might only wound us rather than straight up kill her. Okay. Whoa, Archdruid of snakes. She widened as you, with the speed of a heron, reach out and grab the snake. A heron's known for being particularly speedy. Grab the snake by the neck. The creature writhes in your hand as you proceed to slam it against the table hard. In a state of panic, you repeat the action several times before you hear a steady voice. Master, the soul is gone. You can let go. You did good. The snake is limp in your hold. Your palms are sweaty. Average Friday night for Archdruid Mountain. Gain 2 martial. The man is a powerhouse. I forgot that these events also gave you other bonuses as well. Like, you know, just straight up adding to your base martial there is pretty insane. Okay, let's head down and siege this province then. So it's directly south of Bayou. I think is roughly how that's pronounced. Excuse me, Aztecs. Oh, God. Please don't die. What a mistake. Whoops. We'll worry about that one later, huh? You know what? For now, I feel like we need to actually focus on that one. We'll stick with the whole immortal life thing before we go into the field and get slain by... Although saying that, we do have... One of these prevent you dying in battle, don't they? Or less likely. Yeah, while leading armies, you no longer suffer lethal injuries from battle. I guess it wouldn't matter too much, but I would rather get immortality first. I feel a bit safer. Aslaug, a fledgling in the lodge, is a poor duelist at best. She needs confidence. Absolutely she does. Stop interrupting. We need to move on. This guy from an account of somewhere has gone to do something. Meanwhile, thousands of miles away, we're going to set up a sound investment, and then we're going to set up the council. In the meantime, hopefully we'll become immortal. No pressure. With these twins. We've got identical helmets as well. Was she called Metamorphic? Oh, shit, because she's my daughter. I was like, what a Gods, what a stupid name. And then I remembered, oh, that's kind of my fault. Granite Morbot is now known as Poison Tooth. Why is he known as that? I guess because he won a fleeting, maybe? My god, he's okay. Oh, I was going to say he's really good, but it's actually in his personal comment that's relevant. My son Granite asked me for landed estates to live off. So this isn't land. What this is like an event. It's just like a house. He's like a landlord, basically, rather than a landowner. Sure, there you go. He can rent out his flat to people, essentially, and they can pay him illegally. All right, what we're going to go for? Let's change provinces. Culture seems like it could be fairly straightforward. Build a war chest would be kind of nice as well. We need 1,000 gold, but if we do that for the next sort of 5 years or so, we gain 10% national tax. That's obviously very, very good. Let's just amass wealth. Fuck it. That's always a great thing to do, huh? Eat the rich. Right, let's get rid of this random barony. Thank you. I appreciate that. Where's my mystic? Where's my mystic? I don't want to edit this episode because I know people are going to be skeptical if we survive this. They tend to be anyway, but you know, I'm trying to assuage your doubt here. A festive outwall in the yep, no. The clever lady. Oh shit. I met the amorous Conchen down by the river. She was surprised to see me instead of Caymans. Ah, right, okay, so it was someone trying to seduce my friend rather than me. It's my mistake, and I took her up on the offer, huh? Or the offer that wasn't for us in the first place. They just give us 200 piety for free. Oh, I suppose all the factions just love us. If we succeed with this, we are an unstoppable character. All our vassals will love us. All the people we conquer will love us because of all of our, you know, general opinion bonuses. But not only that, we've got like Exalted level 3 that gives another 20 general opinion. Granite Tooth is now in line to the throne. The only way this guy could be stopped is if he is captured in battle, somehow, and then is executed. His own vassals won't rise up against him. He's not going to be assassinated because everybody in his own court, everybody close to him loves him. Wow, this is going to be difficult. A Trial of Faith. When you, after a long wait, are summoned to this character's chambers, again, you're excited. What mystical challenge lies ahead of you this time? There's a spring in your steps. You enter to find her standing like a statue, head bowed, hands holding something to you. Sometimes you wonder what she does when you're not around. Does she even move? What's this, you ask? Magic, she says naturally. The time has come for your spirit to choose its next vessel. Don't be afraid. The breath of life within you is powerful enough to be passed on. Wait, what? Shit, this isn't the... Is this the resurrection one? Rather than the immortality one. Oh, God. I hope we haven't got the reincarnation one. Oh, no, we're fine. It doesn't matter. The spirit's... There you go. It's literally just that fucking easy, huh? It's just that easy. The spirit's gathering. You're floating in space. When you turn around, it feels as if though you are moving underwater and can't seem to make a sound. There is a melody in your head and you can't quite wrap your head around it. I thought that was going to be the reincarnation one then, you know, when you come back as a baby. Although, I think I've said that before and someone pointed out that that was just like a failure. You fucked up on the mission rather than actually succeeding with that. Sure, getting the trait Immortal. Become known as founder of a bloodline, giving health +1, which I think is a little bit relevant. Taoist opinion +5. Okay. Monthly prestige 0.20, and her opinion... Okay, so not only that, I mean, not only is that ridiculous, but we'll talk about that in a minute. We've got the other event, which I don't know if that will actually stop going on in the background here, so we'll keep a close eye on that one. My son Mountain is unwilling to take into considerable the circumstances of his birth. Sure. Lose the trait Leo. Well, that seems fucking pointless. Okay, so I just took a save of the game because I thought this would happen. So we've got the other immortality event still going in the background. I was hoping that when we got Immortal it would cancel. Clearly it has not. So the question is, do we roll with this and potentially become reincarnated? Or should we just tell her to piss off? It won't affect our immortality. It's not like it's going to remove the trait or anything like that. Because this event currently thinks we haven't got Immortal. There's a 90% chance of failure or something along those lines. Like 90% compounded chance for the whole event chain for you to fail it. It would really, really suck if after going through all of this, we press this button because this event's fired twice for whatever reason and die. Like, lose everything. Nah. I think we're good. Thank you. I appreciate that. Well, there you go. This is, in theory, the strongest base game CK2 character you could have. The Child of Destiny, Immortal character. I don't believe there are any other events, particularly of that magnitude, that can make it as ridiculous as what we've got right now. Like I said, if we were playing Catholicism or Orthodox, the societies associated with that, picking one of those and also going for like the theology focus or the rulership focus, you'd be able to build just a disgustingly overpowered character. Now, we can obviously focus on Marshall, and as I said, Marshall is probably better for expansion. At this stage of the game, usually you probably want to focus on keeping your round together. That's when you probably go for the rulership focus, the theology focus, going for the societies that give you a more measurable bonus for your current ruler, rather than like the Hermetic Society, which is more of a long-term thing, right? Like a few magnum opuses and whatnot. Who is at war with us? Second Liberation of England. Okay, Beretrick of the Anglo-Saxon Liberation Revolt. Let's take him down. Let's take him down. I'm itching for a fight at this point. And you know what? I think we're ready for it. Right, bring these troops in. Pause it. Let's have the Immortal Mountain himself on the center. Do I need to talk about it? I mean, we all know what it does, right? Health +10, Taoist Opinion +25. I can only assume there's some sort of incompatibility between CK2 Plus and the base game, because obviously it doesn't know what religion we have. So I imagine it just looks at the religion list, it says, oh, religion 14, that's Taoist, whereas religion 14 in CK2 Plus is Reformed Celtic, which obviously isn't in the base game, so I think that's throwing it for a loop a little bit there. Not that it matters too much at all, because I don't think we need to worry about our Celtic opinion not being that high. It's irrelevant, you know. Oh, good, the Chinese like us a little bit more, so that's something, huh? Right, let's just, there's no point counter siege, let's just kill his troops. Okay, we are done, thank you. What the hell do we do now, then? I mean, this is obviously almost the end of the campaign. All we've got to do is go to war with the Aztecs once more, and then we are done. How many men do the Aztecs have? They currently sit on a 18,000 man stack. Is not particularly impressive. We have 4,000 men. Potential vassal ally troops, 26,000. We have no control over those vassal ally troops, as we found out last time. But, unlike last time, we could sit, wait for their armies to come to us. We can't declare war. Why? We're at truce. We have raised army levies. We could let them come to us, and then fight them on the shores of the UK, because they're going to be doing naval landings, things like that. We can cut them off while they're at half morale, kill them, and then move over and siege as much of this mainland as possible. In fact, our vassals will most likely do that for us, right? Those guys will move in on it. So we want to take this, and then I think we just want to call all of our vassals in. Our personal levies, domain troops, can just sit in the capital, wait for the Aztecs to turn up. We can try and bait them out, because the Aztecs will look at that and they'll think, oh, it's a stack of 4,000 men. If we drop 10,000 on that, we're going to win. Whereas they're not going to take into account the commander so much, because the AI is not particularly proficient in doing that. Let's take a look then. We amassed wealth, both in terms of power, in terms of lifestyle. This is so goddamn good. Oh, of course, build a great work. I completely forgot those were in the game. What do we want to build? What do we want to build? Like a statue to the... I mean, I feel like a ruler statue is also pretty decent. Great temple would be kind of appropriate. Great amphitheater. We could build like a massive coliseum. Great stone circle also seems appropriate as well. Do we really have the money for it though? Because the upkeep on these things from when we played in that Gotland playthrough was hugely expensive. I think our money is best spent elsewhere for now, but that is definitely something kind of cool to do in the future, huh? Right. Court physician, welcome aboard. It doesn't matter, we are immune to these things now. Lose a trait brave immediately, so there's our other reward from that event gone, essentially. Let our vassal siege. Let's let the Aztecs come to us, because I think they're the threatening ones. I think we just sit here and we let them come to us, because our vassals will just siege freely. They'll do what they want. But this is the safest way, I think, to fight the armies, especially judging by what happened last time as well. Princess Metaphemora died. Committed suicide. Oh god, we're losing like an entire generation of our family in no time at all here. Right, so where are they sieging then? Ireland? Where are they sieging? We lost something somewhere. Are they counter siege? I have no idea. Well, they've dropped 400 men. So as you can clearly see, my plan is working incredibly well. We're able to take out these massive Aztec armies without any threat whatsoever. Oh, come on. Last time you sent a massive, massive unit of troops, and now they're just dropping off like 10 men at a time. Oh, well, it's probably good for our vassals, because those guys are basically just left unhindered now. Are they maybe at war with, like, Rome or something? Let's take a look here. Who are you at war with? Us, naturally. Cunric's host. Okay. How many men has he got? 3,000 men. Irrelevant. Thank you, Cunric Björning. That's very useful. He's just like a little bit of a distraction now. I think he's got their troops all whipped up. Oh, there they are, 12,000 men. They've got boats there. They're just not embarking them. Well, I mean, that's also, they're in Ornis, and then the actual boats, or their troops are there, and their boats are in, that place. What are they doing? Are those our vassal troops? My god, they are. Lancaster, Somerset, Gloucester. Okay, right, now they're actually dropping the troops off. This is where things work. They're actually done exactly what I said they would. Look at this. So they are going to take a naval landing penalty. They're going to come in at half morale. They're going to land probably 13,000 troops, roughly, on a stack of 7,700 men. I mean, according to the PC, and I would agree with them here, they should win that. But, of course, they're not taking into account Mountain, who all the troops are going to follow on the centre. And he's going to smash them. Their morale is going to... So, the one thing he's got going for him, which is fantastic, is his morale. Because he's got such high martial, that's going to give a ridiculous amount of bonuses. The men might die, but as long as we can keep our morale higher than the Aztecs, which, like I said, are coming in at half morale, we're going to win by a morale victory. Then we just hunt them down across the UK. My lover, Morda, has informed me she's pregnant with my child. And there we go. Destroyed. Like, absolutely annihilated them. Fantastic. Now, because we don't have a particularly good pursuit or anything like that, we do have to chase down... Oh. Wow. That's absurd. We lost 188 men. They lost almost 8,000. And now we can just basically chase them down fairly safely. We're at 50% war score. Goodbye. Thank you very much. 65%. Is that it? Is that really all it took? Fantastic. Right, well, now I'm kind of more content to maybe take some boats over to your 5,000 men. I think we bring... Oh, do we even... Well, we don't even have the boats, though, do we? We're going to have to send it sort of piecemeal. I did say a comment last episode that said Middlesex is a terrible name, and I do completely agree. If you've got a more Celtic name, feel free to chuck that one at me, huh? Well, we're going to have to send troops over 2,286 at a time, so this is not going to be fun at all, is it? Well, obviously, we can send them over at, like, 2,400 at a time, but... Okay, so... Kingdom of France we're already going to get. Now, ideally, we would love to assault absolutely everything down. Not everything within, the Aztec Empire. Maybe taking Iberia, there's a strong case for that, but... We want to take basically all of, like I said, the Celtic land. So we are going to have to go to Rome as well, unfortunately. We want to take at least all of France, and people suggested like the Belgian coast all the way into sort of the northern Alps area, sort of northern up past that, what is modern-day Germany there. Let's just get as much as I can be bothered to get this time around. This is going to be, I think, a 2-episode, and obviously we'll have our sort of finale tomorrow. Because, I mean, today was fairly distracting, huh? We've achieved a fair amount. We've stole some land from the Aztecs. We amassed wealth and we became a fucking immortal child of destiny. I think that's enough. I think that's enough for one day for me, personally. My martial tells me one of my commanders, Bureaucracy, has improved significantly. Thank you, Bureaucracy. Okay. It's going to be a long war. Oh my god, we get Sussex. People have been complaining about that every single goddamn episode. Not a day goes by where I don't see a comment complaining about the Aztec blob of Sussex. Fine. Okay, here you go. You ready? I'm going to prioritize this one because I know, hopefully by doing this, I won't get any more comments about bloody Sussex. It was originally the German Empire, and there was 1,000 comments saying, excuse me, streamer, the German Empire have Sussex. And I was like, yeah, they do, but I don't want to fight them because they're the German Empire. They've got more troops than us. And obviously the Aztecs took it, and they were like, excuse me, streamer, the Aztecs have the German Empire. Sorry, well, I mean, that's not untrue, but the Aztecs have Sussex. Absolutely they do, but there's nothing I can do about them. They're the Aztecs, obviously, since we flipped to feudal. And now we are the most beloved, most powerful man who's ever goddamn lived in base game CK2. Doing pretty well. I don't know if CK2 Plus adds more events, but obviously the sort of... It would have been cooler to do it in the base game, but all of these events are in the base game. You know, CK2 Plus doesn't add any, doesn't affect the difficulty of any of them, to my knowledge. I might take a look into that, because obviously it's less bragging rights to say that CK2 Plus makes it easier. I don't think it does. I don't know why they would do that. And they might just make it compatible with certain religions, but I'll have to take a look. Right, okay, we are at 100% war score. We could basically surrender this out now. We'd get everything we siege personally, and then everything else in the Kingdom of France would become ours. Why stop there? Why not deal a crippling blow to these goddamn Aztecs? Kick them out of Europe, take as much as we can. Obviously, we want to take the Celtic lands anyway. Are they attacking Middlesex? Yeah, they're with their 500 men. Some mountain has come of age. He's absolutely goddamn awful. Although he is quite powerful in regards to personal combat. Wait, you were the one with... Oh my god, how did he come out amateurish plotter? I guess I forgot to assign him a guardian, or maybe his guardian disappeared. I imagine his guardian died or something, because of course he was like our third born son. We were training 2 others, so we trained like Slate and the other kid. So that's fairly annoying, huh? I didn't even consider that. Oh well, never mind. Calling allies to a peasant revolt, sure, we might as well. Those guys can deal with it while we focus on the more important things, which is sieging down all of the territories we're not going to get. As long as we get Brittany down, that's fine. So now we want to go to the de jure Kingdoms map mode and siege everything outside of this. So I think we want to start heading up to like... round sort of Belgian, Netherlands area, down through modern day Germany, maybe down to take this Roman coast as well, siege all the way down to the Mediterranean. Probably not a bad idea. Do I want to take Spain? I kind of like the idea of the Aztecs being just stuck in Spain with this nice Roman border. That seems fun. I want to completely remove them. As I've said before, we are going to be carrying on with this particular world that we've built, this particular save game. Jihad for Morocco, leave them to it. That's fine. That's no concern of ours. So... I want to leave many different pieces on the board, because I think it'll make for a more dynamic story later on when we do come back to this. Plus, there's no reason to grab, like, South Iberia. Why would we want that? It's not... I mean, it is technically Celtic in terms of migration, but it wasn't, you know, Gaul or Celtica, as the Romans would have called it. So we'll ignore that one for now, I think. I think this has been a pretty good episode for Archdruid Mountain, the immortal child of destiny. It's absolutely dumb. I think I need to like do a full factory reset on my CK2 down and just make sure that the immortality chain is working as intended. Because it is pretty goddamn dumb that it happened. I mean, I do play a lot of CK2, so I would expect to see a fair amount. But it is pretty ridiculous. And you got to bear in mind we always play on speed 5, so the chance of seeing it, I guess, is also increased. Anyway, we're going to leave this one here for today, because this could take a very, very long time. So tomorrow's episode, we can focus on tidying up the Empire, finishing off the borders, that type of thing. Making sure Celtica is Celtic. Why don't we check the religion map very briefly? We are still converting quite quickly here. Devon, Somerset. This is the bonus of being a reformed religion with such high piety. What is it that affects the diplomacy as well, being so massive? Our piety, like I was saying, gives 25% bonus to this. So as long as we remain in control, this religion is going to be able to convert particularly Chasteldonia lands very, very quickly. They have no moral authority. Look, even the Aztec religion, which comes in unreformed and relatively weak, because they're fucking Aztecs, they have no precedent in Europe, even that's doing a lot of converting. I mean, Rome is still disgustingly powerful, still the dominant religion here, and Finnic is doing quite well, and obviously Nordic has been relatively untouched because Catholicism is non-existent, essentially. Anyway, let's do this one here for today. I've bitten my tongue so I can barely speak, and it's actually driving me insane. So this next 2 minutes of my life is going to be hilariously fun. Big shout out to the insane top tier level patrons who made this series possible in the first place. Thank you to Alpha Scuff, Asuna Kurito, Atmosis, Average Gamer 419, Baniel, Blurry Bunny, Sidini, Conspired T, Crazy Pat, Crosis, Danny Good, Donald, Eric B, Escape, Facundo Vasquez, Fungus King, Gogola, Sarik, Haydog, Jimbo, Josh Lindeen, Tesla, Justin Wallace, Caden Carter, Michael Mullen, Muskratful, Nathan Flores, Necrophil, and Pelvis Presley, Southall the Swede, Sorghum, Toby Cruz, Tom Terry 18, Tyler Kendall, Vacuous Backerson, Zazzy 7011. Thank you all for your support at the insane tier levels on Patreon. It is most appreciated. Thank you for making the series possible. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. We're coming to our final episode tomorrow, so that is where we're going to see what sort of legacy this character will leave behind. Of course, we're going to do our time-lapse and our usual stuff as well. Shoutouts, of course, to Acero, Adam Person, Akari, Andrew Wilson, Arachnid44, Betimus Max, Sidini, Chris, David Van Diepen, Don, Duncan217, Fraser Brennan, Gabriel Faulkner, Gabriel Van Ders, Gaz, GDWK, Run, Genji Zerka, Gray, Haji Damar, Hancock, Aaron McGowan, Icy the Great, Israel, Jay Lara, James Barnes, Joran De Vries, Jessica Smith, John Holiday, Johnny No, Jordan Campbell, Joseph Beard, Justin Plock, Justin Walters, Lemon Stark, Llewellyn Thomas, Matthew, Nathan Flores, Nathaniel Lindbergh, Nick, Noah Gallimore, Nixie, Pan Samu, Panther Pearl, Smirtworm, The Insane Pickle, Venom Meow, Will Wade, Wolfie, and CK2. Thank you all for your support. My god, my tongue is in agony.